Previously on My Kitchen Rules.
Teams, we're going around the country one more time.
The top 5 faced off in their ultimate instant restaurants,
Holy moly!
all fighting for a place in the finals.
This is hardcore. We've got 6 dishes that we have to get perfect.
At the end of the battle,
This looks horrible. I don't even want to serve it.
it was Thalia and Bianca that caved in under pressure.
Unfortunately, you are eliminated from the competition.
We came with a love of food, but we're leaving with a true passion.
Remaining teams, you are our semi-finalists.
And the lineup for the semis was decided.
Semi-final 1 sees Paul and Blair versus Chloe and Kelly. Let the finals begin.
For surfer dads Paul and Blair, it all began with a wild ride in Queensland.
Welcome to our instant restaurant, Swell.
The score I'm giving you for your entree this evening is a 10.
They consistently impressed the public, winning the People's Choice
Paul and Blair.
time
Paul and Blair.
and time again.
Paul and Blair.
These 2 teachers have been the quiet achievers of the competition.
We are shocked when this happens.
You guys are contenders to win this competition. You have to believe in yourselves.
We are going to give this a red hot crack.
As for their opposition,
We'd like to welcome you to our instant restaurant, Nouveau.
Chloe and Kelly took their guests on a culinary trip around the world.
We've definitely got some flavour going on in here.
I've been to over 42 countries and loads of Michelin star restaurants. We know good food.
But they were stopped at the border.
In a word, mediocre.
Yet the Globetrotters soon found their feet.
The score I'm giving you is a 10.
Is a 10.
You girls have the dish of the day.
Their flashy cooking style has taken them around the world and into the finals.
I loved it.
Thank you.
Tonight, it's semi-final 1.
All the pressure and the build-up, this whole competition's all coming to one point right now. I'm pumped, I'll be honest with you.
Can the surfer dads
We're definitely going to have to be outcooked. We haven't stuffed up any of our elements, you know. Exactly.
outclass the girls from WA?
We're going to drink when we win.
Show me the money.
Which team will be the first to secure their place in the grand final?
No matter what happens now, we did it.
This is the best. This is the best night. This is the best. This is the best night. This is the best. And everything's alright. We live the best life. This is the best night of my life. This is the best night of my life.
Well, this is it, semi-finals. We know we can cook well because we've learnt so much. So we are here to win it, and there's a very good chance that's exactly what's going to happen.
We know we can do this. We know in our heart of hearts that we can do this. We can.
We're going to the grand final.
We're going to the grand final.
Paul and Blair, Chloe and Kelly, welcome to your semi-final. In a competition that has never been so hard fought, never seen such talents, you have triumphed.
Someone's going to go today and someone's going to go straight to grand final. It's a huge day.
Yeah, and these are 2 really strong teams.
Today's cook-off will be about confidence. Keeping it in check or trying to muster it. For both teams, confidence could be your biggest weapon in the kitchens today.
I think we're feeling pretty confident. We've produced some of the best dishes in this competition. Full stop.
Paul and Blair, today is not like any other. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I think so. An opportunity to make our families proud, and, you know, we've got a lot of kids outside our family at schools to make proud. I mean, it's very important for us to be good role models.
You know, 2 dads, we have made it this far. We can go all the way, and it's just proof that hard work and dedication brings results.
Chloe and Kelly, you ride high on your confidence, producing some stunning meals. Now you've made sacrifices. How has it been being here in My Kitchen Rules?
I hate the word sacrifice. I don't like to look at it as a sacrifice. It's been such a long journey and I miss my family so much. Not being there has been really hard for me. I've got a little boy at home and I miss him like crazy. But I think we've moved past that, and I'm lucky Kelly's been there to help me through that, and we're still here, so that's the main thing. I want to win this. We both want this so bad. We can do it. Duh. We like to succeed. We can do whatever we want as long as we put the hard work in and we believe in ourselves.
Kelly
is very overly confident. You know, she definitely thinks she can win this competition and that they can beat us. It's definitely not a wise move to make.
Paul and Blair, Chloe and Kelly. Be yourselves, trust yourselves, and give us your absolute best.
As you produce your definitive three-course meal. Teams, your entrees must be served in 1.5 hours. Manu and I will be joined by the guest judges for the blind tastings. Impress them and you'll find yourselves in the grand final. Let the best team win. Your time starts now.
Good luck. We're confident in ourselves and our ability, and we're going to show that today.
We got the bubbles. What we don't use of this, we're going to drink when we win.
Exactly.
Girls are on the booze already. It's a good start.
Well, they've got champagne. Is it for drinking or for cooking?
Oh, I hope it's for drinking.
Yeah. We have families, and buying a bottle of champagne would not be used for cooking.
We got some beautiful champagne, you know, we like our premium goods.
For entree, we're making lobster with smoked salmon and lotus root.
For main, we are making pesce aqua pazza with confit tomatoes.
For dessert, we're making strawberry champagne trifle.
We are cooking with the best of the best today. We've got to pull out the big guns.
The big guns.
We love using premium produce.
Yeah.
We're comfortable using, you know, those finer ingredients.
It's going to be a pretty fancy menu.
Who makes jelly with champagne?
We do.
This jelly is for dessert. We are making a strawberry champagne trifle, but it's not a trifle. Well, it is a trifle.
It is.
But it's a fancy trifle.
I cannot stand trifle. I think it's bleh. But we're taking it and we're pimping it up and we're deconstructing it.
Jelly is going in the fridge.
There's a lot of work ahead of us, mate, but definitely pumped up.
My word, there is.
Boys, you got this.
There it is.
Ideally, we would love to see Paul and Blair in the grand final versus Vicky and I. See you later, girls.
Next, you'll be telling us we're
You should
twinning.
make that your
Yes, you
catchcry,
can be
girls.
twinning today.
Got a good-
Can we?
Yeah.
Thank you, girls. It's nice to have some moral support.
Today for entree, we're making pink snapper with a tomato and lemongrass broth.
For main, we're making kangaroo fillet with baby beets and blueberry sauce.
For dessert, we're cooking an espresso parfait with a sesame seed wafer. First thing I need to do is start my nutty base for dessert. Because it's got to freeze, got to get it on ASAP. Just put some nice decimated coconut through the base.
Decimated or desiccated?
Decimated, mate. It's had a hard life. Look at it.
Look, today's about being absolutely organised and being positive. We can handle pressure, and that's why we can win this.
With that base, mate, I just want it mainly nice and thin.
Yep.
I also want to make sure that it's crunchy, you know, a bit of texture.
We've got Chloe and Kelly and Paul and Blair, and there's a place in the grand final up for grabs.
Both teams have hit the ground running and they've got to make sure that the pressure doesn't get to them today.
Come on, Paul and Blair.
1 hour and 9 to go, mate.
Yep.
For entree today, we're making pink snapper with the tomato and lemongrass broth.
There you go, mate.
Yeah,
Let's
good.
come along, right?
So I've got that fish stocks on the go now.
Oh, is it?
Just going to chuck in some peppercorns and some bay leaves.
Bay leaves, yeah.
Right, I'm going to get our beef stock going now as well.
Yep. We've got so many elements on the go. If there's one thing we've learnt this competition, you've got to multitask.
Now, this beef stock is for our blueberry sauce in the main. Well, there's an old saying, fail to prepare, prepare to fail. When we go into a classroom, we prepare, and it's been no different for us in My Kitchen Rules.
Now I can start on this stock for our main.
For main, we're making pesce aqua pazza with confit tomatoes.
Pesce aqua pazza literally means fish in crazy water. It's a broth that is so full in flavour. When you taste it, it's like crazy.
You know, aqua de pazza is a peasant's dish, but we've got a beautiful flathead tail in it and, you know, we're jazzing it up a bit.
You would normally cook a whole fish in it. We're not using a whole fish, but we're using the whole tail, and I think that keeps the tradition a bit more.
I know this might be a bit of a brave move because most people are used to eating their fish deboned.
Yeah.
But it's showcasing beautiful, beautiful produce, and that's what we always love to do.
And I think it's because, you know, we want to make things shine.
For the broth, we need to have a really great basis, which is our fish stock. I'm just so obsessed with flavour being bold and beautiful, and it's like, we don't have 6 hours for this to cook. I need to hurry it up.
All this fishy business is very frustrating, Chloe, because I needed to get this in ASAP, but I need to pick up the pace.
I don't think they've made much progress.
Oh, God, they haven't even started working on the entree.
That's what I'm saying.
Chloe and Kelly really need to get a move on. They need to use every second in this first hour and a half because if they fall behind, they're never going to get back ahead.
For dessert, we're going with an espresso parfait. And I'm just going to make the filling, mate. Right.
Blair, you look like a little domestic goddess.
Looks like it's my thing, desserts.
Yeah. Yeah.
In our ultimate instant restaurant round, we get a 9 and a 10 for our desserts.
There's only one problem with that, mate. The expectation is we've got to deliver right now.
Well, I guess the plan is, mate, you want to get as much of that done as you can.
The espresso parfait has 3 layers. It's got a nutty base, a coffee layer, and then a vanilla layer. Major challenge with the parfait is making sure it has enough setting time, so that's why I'm working feverishly right now to try and get it all done.
Hello, gentlemen.
G'day, Pete, how are you?
Blair,
Yes, sir.
the dessert king.
Don't start me, Pete. Yeah, mate. Thanks, mate.
You are now king of desserts.
Are you confident with your desserts?
Look, as confident as I can be, mate. It's a bit hard coming off our last desserts because the bar's way up here, and I would like to think I can nail it with this one as well.
Well, best of luck, fellas.
Thank you, mate. Well, I did well once, mate, but anything can happen today. Let's just get back to work, eh? This is the coffee level. I don't want it too runny. I want a little bit of that lightness through there so that when it sets, it's nice and fluffy. If there's not enough coffee flavour in this, I'm going to get crucified. I've called it an espresso parfait, and if I don't deliver on the coffee, it could be we're going home. Boy, I've just had so much coffee, I can't. Enough in it?
Yeah, I reckon so, mate. I'd be happy with that.
Always feel the pressure with desserts, mate. I've got to get the final vanilla layer on, and I've got to get it on quickly. It needs as much time in the freezer as it can have. I want the espresso, though, the coffee taste to be predominant. So I'm going to put half the amount of vanilla flavour. It's very important to keep this layer light and fluffy like the first one. My parfait is now ready to go. I just need to get it into the freezer to make sure it fully hardens.
Paul and Blair, they've done a lot for the amount of time. The girls look like they're kind of struggling.
Now I'm going to get onto the cake for dessert.
Cool. We are making a custard sponge in our dessert today, and making a custard sponge is hard work. There's a lot of different processes and a lot of steps that you need to follow.
I need to get this cake done, and then we need to start our entree.
We have got so much to do still. Like, we haven't really even started our entree. Like, we've been working so hard on mains and desserts that we haven't got an entree.
All right, our entree, Chloe. I'm onto a beautiful lobster. It's a premium product and we need to show it absolute respect. I've got my dad's big knives back at home that we do this with. We usually do it on the boat, to be honest. This is taking a lot longer than I thought and is a lot harder than I thought.
How many have you done?
It's more time consuming than I thought. Trying to get through the hard shell is really hard. We gotta work like Speedy Gonzalez. I'm getting behind and everything needs to be perfect today. This is so frustrating.
I don't think I understand how quick the time goes and, how everything's meant to be done. So they're going to struggle.
Ooh, I'm getting nervous. Time is just melting away. I keep looking up at the clock, but I just need to focus, get these lobsters done, and it needs to be on, like, now.
Coming up,
Cutting a bit fine, Chloe.
Well, we can't give up because we've still got to plate 10 dishes.
it's a tense battle for a place in the grand final.
We're in a world of hurt if we don't cook well.
Who will win the fight to make their dreams come true?
Don't worry, help me get them on the plate.
It's the first semi-final. This is our last chance to make it into the grand final. This is our last chance to impress.
I'm still working on these lobsters for the entree. They are actually taking forever. Oh, this is not where we want it to be.
How many have you done? Is that the last one?
Yeah. Well, we got 30 minutes.
30 minutes, Kel.
30 minutes to go, and we wanted to have these lobsters prepared and steamed with an hour to go so they could cool and be perfect.
The girls are definitely going to be pushing it for time.
Finally, I'm going to get this lobster cooking. I'm going to watch these like a hawk, Chloe. We do not want overcooked lobster.
We're starting to get stressed, and it's the one thing we didn't want to do today.
These lobster cooking really fast. Cutting my lobster has meant the two halves are different sizes, so some are cooking a lot quicker than others. These look cooked. This is so difficult. You don't know what's going on at the bottom of these lobster shells. They could be overcooking or undercooking. I think overcooked lobster, Chloe, it goes dry. I've just got to make sure that this is perfect. Right, these are done.
I'm looking at Kel and I can see that she's starting to get really stressed.
How long do you need to plate this dish?
As long as possible.
Our entree is a really difficult dish to plate. If we leave everything to the last minute, it's just going to look sloppy and disgusting on the plate.
Chloe, I'm not really confident we can get this all done, but we just got to keep on pushing. We're teetering on the edge of total meltdown.
Team's first spot in the grand final is up for grabs, so impress us.
We're in a world of hurt if we don't cook well. We cannot afford to make any slip-ups. It could be the end of our My Kitchen Rules journey. Well, I'm up to the ingredients of our broth. For entree today, we're making pink snapper with the tomato and lemongrass broth. Well, I guess the thing with this broth is that it is so simple, and yet it's so difficult to get the flavours right. So there's not a lot of ingredients in it, but it's one of those things that you need to match all those really subtle flavours really well together. A broth can look simple, but I'm pretty confident that we've come far enough in the competition where this entree and this broth are going to taste absolutely bang on. Getting this fish right too is paramount. I want to get this skin nice and crispy. I'm just scoring the skin so that when we pan fry it, it doesn't all curl up. All right, so I'm going to start cooking these, mate. If the fish starts to curl up, it won't cook evenly and it'll look terrible. Oh, that's not good. Haven't scored that enough, it's curled up. Not so.
Maybe a bit more oil.
So they're not going to cook all that evenly. Not ideal. The fish is just curling up. It's ridiculous. All right, I'm going to get rid of this pan. I don't like these two here. I'm just watching our entree slip right through our fingers here. It's an absolute disaster. There's no way I can serve that to the judges.
Chloe, we've got
20 minutes
to create and plate an entree.
So we've got lots to do.
The fun has gone out the window and I'm rushing around like a headless chook. We need at least 10 minutes to plate this entree.
At least.
At least.
All right, so I've finished the pickled cucumbers. This wraps and holds all of our beautiful lobster and smoked salmon together. And can you grab me this smoked salmon out too?
We are using smoked salmon today, which is quite a strong flavour. So we need to make sure that the creme fraiche has a lot of herbs in there, lots of lemon, so we can balance the flavour between the smoked salmon, the lobster and the creme fraiche.
I think the smoked salmon and the lobster is a beautiful combination.
We need to make sure we get this fish right. It's the start of our semi-final menu and already we've got problems. We're going to have to bring ourselves back. It's certainly mindful, isn't it, that one little mistake is all it's going to take for us to be starting poorly. And I don't want that to happen. Our fish is curling up, but I guess this is what it comes down to, dealing with pressure and adapting.
How are we going? How many you got done?
There's 3 good ones there. So I'm going to score the skin a little bit more, and when I'm cooking it, I'm going to weight them down with a pot. We really want that nice and beautiful flat fish for appearance sake, if nothing else. Right, well, that's certainly, they're looking a lot better.
I'm worried about that fish. You know, I hope the guys have cooked it right. They need to get crispy skin.
How's the fish going, mate?
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's exactly how I want it to be. We've got beautiful, crispy skin. I need to decant this. A broth can look simple, but it's those key ingredients and the process that goes into making it that is very far from being simple. Yeah, more lemongrass and...
Nice.
Yeah, that's fine. That's exactly how I want it. Subtle flavours. I don't want it to be too overpowering. It's meant to be light. All right, so once you've done that, we can pretty much start bringing these over and plating them up.
Start plating up with it? Plating up our entree, we've got the broth from the bottom of the bowl. We're going to put a couple of pieces of pak choy, and then on top of that, we're going to put our beautiful snapper fillet.
Kel, we need so much time to plate this dish.
We really do. I think this needs more lobster. Yeah, that.
Seriously, girls, get it plated.
No, not premix. It's more creme fraiche than anything else.
So you're not happy with it now?
Yeah, they've still got a lot to do and they're just standing there not really doing much.
So can I start plating it up or you're not happy?
Chloe, I don't want to put it on the plate.
Kelly is the creative in this partnership, and if it was up to her, we'd need probably 17 hours to put up an entree. We've got to move it, otherwise we're not going to get this entree on the plate.
This is the first dish of the first semi-final. 10 minutes left.
I'm not sure. I'm hoping this is going to stand up.
Our entree is a really difficult dish to plate. If the cucumber's too soft, then all the mixture is just going to ooze out of it and it all falls apart. Then I'm going to have to start again. We don't have any time.
Everything needs to look and taste perfect.
There you go.
Oh, look, that looks pretty.
Looks beautiful.
That does
She's
look
got
pretty.
another 10 more to do.
Yep.
Hurry up.
Chloe, these lotus root are looking a bit big, so I'm going to cut them on the mandolin. I need to get onto these lotus root. I've left them to the very last minute. I need to make sure my lotus root's nice and fine. I need to add it to the deep fry for a few minutes. It's going to give a nice texture to this dish. People can use it as a cracker almost. This is fiddly business, Chloe.
You right?
No, not particularly. I'm trying to cut them on the mandolin, but the mandolin just rips them to shreds. I'm just going to keep slicing. I'm trying to go as fast as I can, but they're just not working.
Chloe, I'm going to stick with this. I'm not putting something on the plate that I know that's not perfect.
These lotus roots are only there for texture, but it's the semi-final, so every element counts.
You know, there's only 5 minutes to go, and Kelly's still slicing the lotus
Kelly,
fruit.
stop talking. Just start working.
I can't plate this properly on my own. It's a delicate dish, and we're going to run out of time if Kelly can't help me. We could just put 1 on per plate.
It was supposed to be 2 so that you could use it as a
Doesn't
crack
matter.
up.
1 is fine. I just need to keep plating and hope that Kelly can help me soon.
Just got to keep on going.
Panic stations. This is Chloe and Kelly go crazy.
I think I'm just going to go with the best ones.
1:30, and I've just put lotus root into the deep fryer.
I might need some help. Yeah, sure.
This moment is so stressful, knowing how much relies on us getting this perfect.
Maybe a bit more. I reckon we'll have to maybe a bit more broth. Yeah.
How's it taste?
Oh my God. Girls, you've got 1 minute. Get them on the plate.
Can you,
Get them on the plate.
I can hear Bree and Jess screaming, "Get it on the plate!"
Quickly,
Just
girls.
get
Get them on the plate, girls.
I feel like screaming back to them, "I'm trying!"
Well, we don't need any
Don't
more.
worry, help me get them on the plate. Get them on the plate.
Shut up!
Where's that coriander? You gonna do it?
Come on, girls.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Literally with seconds left to go, we've got this lotus root on the plate.
Time's up, so work with your vegetables.
One out of the way, mate.
Well done, Paul Blair. Girls, it looks beautiful.
Well, the fish, I think we've cooked it right. We've overcome that initial hassle. I can tell you now, looking at those skins, beautiful and crispy, and that broth subtle, not overpowering.
I think it looks pretty. Like, can't believe I was able to plate that.
Well done. It looks amazing.
Looking down at our dish, I don't know how we've done it, but it's beautiful.
Teams, thank you for your entrees. We'll see you back here for main course.
Look, we're all done, and thank goodness for that. It's time to go to the back of house and just await our fate.
Chefs, welcome back to the blind tasting table and to the battle that'll decide our first grand finalists. It's now time for the entrees.
Thank you.
Team 1 has created lobster and smoked salmon. And Team 2's dish is pink snapper with tomato and lemongrass broth. Let's start with team number 1. Definitely looks elegant.
I think on the plate, this dish is just really confident and elegant. It works quite beautifully.
There's a real luxe feeling about this dish. I think we've got a dish that's fit of a semi-final. The lobster seems to be cooked perfectly to me.
I like the presentation, the pickled cucumber. I love that, gives the dish a whole lift.
And I love the lotus root. It's just looks great and it provides a lovely crisp.
I just can't help but feeling, as a negative, that that smoked salmon is somehow overpowering the dish.
It would have been better without it in there, but I don't think it's a deal breaker either.
It's very Chloe and Kelly, isn't it? It is, you know, fine dining.
I'm enjoying that.
I am. It's really yummy.
So Team 2 have created pink snapper with tomato and lemongrass broth. Let's give it a go.
This is a really clever way to start a three-course meal because this broth is so incredibly intensely flavoured. I'm in awe of what they've done.
It's also flavours that are really well balanced. I've got to tell you, that fish is perfectly cooked. My piece of fish is amazing, crispy on the outside.
Unfortunately, mine's a bit raw. Just,
it's a shame.
Just maybe a little bit more time resting in the pan. Mine's a little bit thicker.
I think I've got the same because mine is, if you see the bloodline here, is a little bit pink, a little undercooked, unfortunately.
When I saw the dish at the table, I thought, wow, this is quite very simple, and is it too simple? But on tasting that broth, I think it just brings the dish to life. It's a great little entree.
There's a lot of flavour into that broth. And It's two really good entrees, and at this point, it's very close.
I think based on flavour, though, I'd actually go more towards the lobster.
I agree.
Guys, we want your main course in 1 hour. Your time starts now.
All right, Chloe, I need to get straining this stock.
We cannot repeat the same mistakes as entree. We need to make sure that timing is top of our mind.
Chloe, we have to be running like a million miles an hour to make sure that we pull this off because we can't afford to be rushing with Maine as well.
It's semi-finals. There is so much at stake.
We've got this one shot now, and we're not going to stuff it up. We are going to the grand final.
And we can't afford to be rushing with cooking that flathead. We need to make sure that flathead is cooked perfectly.
That flathead needs so much love and attention, and we're going to give it to it.
Mate, I'm just going to get straight onto that berry sauce.
Right, mate.
What are you going to get onto?
Well, I'm just going to peel these beets and get them in the oven. So we've got a little bit of variation today with our beetroots. So we've got some beautiful golden beets, and we've got the traditional coloured beetroots. And yeah, just want to put a little bit of different colour splash on the plate today.
For Maine today, we're cooking kangaroo fillet, baby beetroots with a blueberry sauce. For the berry sauce, we're going to combine the berries with the beef stock that you made, mate. I'll squish them down, incorporate it, we'll strain it, reduce it, and it'll be beautiful.
I guess the biggest challenge for this dish is getting it all done.
I think we had a good start, mate, with our entree, and now we're just going to make sure we back it up. As you know, consistency today is key.
Oh, absolutely,
You can't produce a couple of good elements and then the rest are poor.
It'll be interesting to see how they handle the pressure with main course. That's where the teams usually break down.
Well, Chloe and Kelly need to stay focused in this challenge, and Paul and Blair, well, they never change. They're always cool, calm and collected on that.
I'm going to get on to our pesto crumb. This is going to be a beautiful texture on top of our fish.
It's the second course of the first semi-final, and we are cooking pesce aqua pazza.
So, Kel, we need to get the broth for our main course done.
Yeah, we do.
Pesce aqua pazza literally means fish in crazy water.
And it's crazy because there's so much flavour going on in that broth.
There's your tomatoes, Sudi.
Thanks, Sudi.
To make the broth, or the crazy water, I sweat off some garlic and a load of chilli. I then add white wine, some fresh tomatoes, a load of basil and parsley.
Okay, so the fish stock, Chloe, is going into our broth.
I then add our beautiful fish stock and allow that to start to infuse.
Isn't this one of your favourite dishes you had in Italy?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that it's just so beautiful, elegant, tasty dish that I really enjoy eating.
A dish can take you anywhere around the world, and for me, this dish takes me to Italy, and just the smell of beautiful tomatoes and basil and seafood and
You know, we love travel, and both of us have eaten at a lot of different places around the world, so we want this to sort of blow people's mind.
Okay, I'm just putting the crumb into the oven.
Beautiful, my love. 50 minutes left, Chloe. We really need to get a move on.
Are you eating the chocolate?
Yeah, just making sure it tastes all right.
Okay.
And in case you're wondering, it does taste all right.
Tastes all right?
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Today we're making a red wine vinegar chocolate ganache. Has a very distinct dark chocolate taste to it.
Oh, funny that.
We're going to put it with our kangaroo. This main course may look and sound strange, even a little bit crazy, but we know these flavours work together and we're confident. Right, I'm going to start chucking that chocolate in soon.
Paul and Blair.
Hey, mate.
Peter, how are you?
Yeah, really good. Solid start from both teams for the entrees. So
Good to hear.
the pressure is on with main course.
Yeah.
Now tell me about this red wine and chocolate ganache. How are you putting it on the plate?
Just going to quinoa it.
So we're going to cut into
Actually,
our kangaroo and then...
Could you warn the judges not to have a go at the ganache by itself because it's so bitter, it'll taste... It's supposed to be a compliment.
Warn the judges,
If you could pass that around,
There it is,
Do you want me to warn the judges
Please.
about one of the elements you're putting on the plate?
This is a semi-final and there's $250,000 at stake. So we need to step outside our comfort zones and we think this is a dish that will help us to get to the grand final.
Good luck, fellas. It sounds like you've got a very interesting dish. So make sure you try it before you serve it.
Yeah, we'll
and if there's any element that you think doesn't work...
Don't put it on. No, thanks, Pete. The last thing I want to do is miss out on getting that grand final. We have come too far.
Too close.
And I think we've done too much hard work to miss out. This is going to do it for us, I hope.
Paul and Blair are the strongest team in the competition at the moment.
They've been so consistent, so strong.
If we beat Paul and Blair today, Chloe, that means that we're the strongest in this competition.
We deserve to be here.
Yes, we deserve to be here. Yeah, Paul and Blair are at the top of the leaderboard after the ultimate instant restaurant round. But we can cook, and we're going to show everybody that we can do it.
Chloe and Kelly, how you going?
Yeah, getting there. How about you boys?
Well, let's lock in getting there too. That's a good answer. What are you girls making?
We're making fish broth.
That's why it stinks so much.
Yeah, sorry about the smell.
Oh, I just thought it was Blair's new aftershave.
We've got to make sure we outcook these girls over there.
What do you reckon of this, Chloe? Do you reckon I need to add more chilli to it?
I'm tasting the broth, and it's beautiful, but I think it just needs a bit more craziness.
It needs more heat, don't you reckon?
It does need more heat.
A bit more chilli.
I'm just going to put the whole chili in.
Okay.
We want heat in this. We want some chili, but there's so many layers and so many flavours going on. We don't want that to be the only thing you taste.
All right, I'm going to add more chilies, Chloe. I just don't think it's enough craziness to it, do you mean?
It's not crazy enough.
Yeah. I really just want to make sure that this has the best taste ever. People are going to go crazy for this if this has the right amount of flavour in it.
So we've got 28 minutes to go. I think we should do a tester of the fish.
Yeah. All right, let's get this on.
Baste away.
I want to do a tester. We want this fish to be absolutely perfectly cooked. I put the flathead into a pan with the melted butter and brown it all off, and then put it in the oven for about 3 minutes.
I need to make sure that these are cooked like absolutely perfectly.
Each fish only takes 5 minutes, a few in the pan, 3 in the oven. So that will leave us plenty of time.
They're cutting it pretty fine. They've got so many fishes to do.
I take the fish out after 3 minutes, cut it open.
Gonna need more in the pan to start with.
All right, yep, cool.
Get them on.
The fish isn't cooked all the way through.
My timing's off with the flathead, so we're back here again, Chloe. All systems go, trying to make sure that we get this done.
We have grossly underestimated how long these take to cook.
I don't know how this happens every time, Chloe, but we're running out of time. All right,
We went from cool, calm, collected, having fun, and now it is panic stations yet again.
gosh, Chloe, I don't know if I'm gonna get all these fish cooked.
It's gonna take longer to cook than what we thought.
We've only got 15 minutes left. Gosh, Chloe, I don't know if I'm gonna get all these fish cooked.
We're running out of time, again.
I've completely underestimated how long these fish take to cook.
Chloe, I think we're going home.
I don't think this fish is going to get cooked. I'm scared for them.
Kel, we need more pans on.
Yeah, I'll put another pan on.
I need to get a third pan on, or else we're not going to have enough time.
We need one more in that pan.
Yeah.
But I've got to try and keep basting all these fish. This is just insane. I've got butter splattering all over me.
Cutting a bit fine, Chloe.
We always do.
I know.
We keep pushing.
Yeah, we just got to keep pushing, Chloe. There's nothing else we can do.
I feel like we're covering plenty of ground here. The asparagus is now blanched.
We want to start thinking about that kangaroo being done too, mate.
Right, I'm going to chuck these on. The thing we want to look for with this root fillet, mate, is that it is rare, but it's very lean, so if you leave it on too long, it's going to be like boot leather. We cannot afford to serve overcooked roux at this stage of the competition.
All right, mate, what can you want me to do? You want me to start clearing some space?
Yeah, let's get ready to start serving. So we need to rest these for probably about 5 minutes, and I think we'll have time. I'm feeling very confident, mate.
I think we're definitely going to have to be outcooked. We haven't stuffed up any of our elements, you know.
Exactly. Just going to rest this meat.
Chloe, you got 10 minutes. Oh, my God. Feeling so stressed out. I really don't think we've done enough with this main now.
But we can't give up, because we've still got to plate 10 dishes.
There's 10 minutes to go, and I've only got 6 fish done. I'm running on pure instinct right now. I'm pulling out these fish, and I don't even have time to check each one.
This fish, Chloe, is just done.
Beautiful, so it's going to keep resting?
Yeah, it's going to keep resting. I don't want to overcook it. It would be horrible if we overcook this.
Vongale's in, Kel.
Awesome.
Vongale don't take long at all to cook.
Feels like entree all over again, Chloe. You know, we're pushing it right to the last minute.
I think we've lost our confidence, but we've still got to pull together a dish.
Time is running out. You've got 5 minutes left.
All right, so we need to start thinking about plating up.
Yeah, mate, I'm going to start now with the roux, buddy.
My kangaroo fillet's been resting for 5 minutes. Now it's time to see whether it's cooked properly.
That's beautiful, mate. Well done.
Is it all right, is it?
Yeah, it's good.
It is absolutely perfect.
It's got a nice bit of blood through it, so that's what we're after.
All right, we've got 3 minutes to get this on the plate.
Nearly there.
The fish is just done. Hopefully they're going to finish cooking during resting time.
So this can be the difference between us staying in the competition or going home, and it would be such a shame. You know how much we want to go to the grand finals.
James, you've got 1 minute left. Come on, move it.
Come on, Colbert, come on!
Yeah, I'm really happy with that onion puree, mate. That's good, buddy. Keep going.
Chloe, this was always real today, and said from the start I'm going to enjoy today. We've tried our hardest. We've put in some serious effort with what we had, and we're doing it.
Just got to get that ganache on the plate too.
Come on, boys, 30 seconds.
Now, how do you want this roux fillet going on, mate?
Oh, just right in the middle, buddy, as a hero. We're going to keep all our elements separate. There's some big flavours here, and we don't want them mixing.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's it, guys. Time's up. Step away from your benches.
I just hope that my instincts were right when I took fish in and out of the oven.
I think this is a step down from entree.
Well done, mate.
Where'd that hour go?
Never worked so hard, never worked so fast. I can't believe the pressure we were under, but it's over. We've got them up. I know Pete worried about the ganache because he hasn't had it before, but we know it goes with game meat and really well, so...
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
True, mate.
Teams, take a break. We'll see you back here for your final dish.
We're really keen to see what the judges think of this dish. We have gone outside our comfort zone. Big flavours and hopefully good combinations.
Oh, it looks fantastic.
Oh, look at that.
Chefs, our teams have completed their main courses. Team 1 has created pesce aquapazza, or fish in crazy water, and Team 2 have delivered kangaroo with blueberry sauce and chocolate ganache.
Right.
Chocolate.
Interesting.
Well, let's start with the pesce, Team number 1's dish. Wow, look at that. Cooked to perfection.
This fish is cooked perfectly.
Fish just falling away off the bone.
Last year, I was in the Amalfi Coast in a place called Chitara, and I think I just went back there.
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you, this is an awesome creation.
I think this is a grand final dish. Like, this is just tops.
And fish on the bone, that's confident cooking. There's not a lot of times you see fish on the bone. This was cooked just perfect. The broth is sweet.
It looks a simple dish, but there's so much talent in here.
I think it's a winner.
Yep.
Very flavoursome there.
That broth is delicious.
Yeah, it's really yummy.
Team 2 have created kangaroo fillet with baby beetroot and blueberry sauce with a side of chocolate ganache. Let's give it a whirl. Let's start with the kangaroo itself, and I think the kangaroo has been cooked beautifully. It is lovely and rare. I would have liked it to have been sliced a little bit thinner.
There are flavours in this dish that really worked, but the execution and the presentation may have let them down.
This dish might sound Willy Wonka, wacky, but in fact it is actually following a formula of game, fruit and chocolate. The chocolate on its own is very bitter, very vinegary, but if you mix it with the sauce and have that gamey kangaroo, it works.
I really love the ambition of this dish, but I think the chocolate perhaps should have been incorporated into this dish in a better manner.
If you start with a little bit of that ganache by itself, you probably got a smack in the face going, what the heck is this?
You treat it like a mustard on the side of the plate.
Exactly. For me, it works.
I agree to disagree with you on this one. For me, I would have left it off the plate.
Next,
Now that's a good start to dessert.
their last dish effort for a place in the grand final.
So this could be the last half hour for us in My Kitchen Rules.
What we all decide, we'll send one team to the grand final and one team home. Teams, back to your stations.
Get to it, it's time for desserts.
Come on, boys. Come on, Blair.
Teams, you have 30 minutes, starting now.
Right, I'm going to get this jelly out, make sure it's set.
All right, awesome.
Oh, yes, it's set. This is it. This is our last chance to make it into the grand final. This is our last chance to impress.
I kind of feel like we're at a kid's birthday party, Chloe. Like
Jelly on a plate. Jelly on a plate. Wibble wobble, wibble wobble. Jelly on a plate.
We love set jelly.
For dessert, we're making strawberry champagne trifle.
Woo! Now that's a good start to dessert.
I'm going to put it back in the fridge until we're just ready to serve up.
I'm getting straight onto these beautiful strawberries, which we're cooking off in a little bit of champagne and some sugar.
Both of us cannot stand trifle. Classic trifles. They're yuck. Ugh, soggy cake. No, thank you. So today we're getting all the elements of a trifle, but letting them shine on their own as well as together.
How's cake looking?
Yeah, it's good.
Had some serious timing issues on entree and main, Chloe, so we really need to make sure this time around we are working like maniacs.
The main components of our dessert have all been made.
Yeah.
We just need, it's all about assembling them and making sure everything's perfect before we put it on the plate.
Last half an hour, mate.
I'm pumped, I'll be honest with you. At the risk of putting a negative spin on it, there is a chance that this could be the last half hour for us in My Kitchen Rules.
It could be, mate. Yeah, we've got to make sure we outcook these girls over there.
I'm very confident with our dessert, mate. I think it's a cracker.
For dessert today, we're cooking an espresso parfait with a sesame seed wafer. I'm just going to get straight onto the sesame seed wafers, mate. So in there, I've just got some butter, some sugar, some glucose, just to thicken it up. So I'm just going to go in the oven for 10 minutes. The key to the sesame seed wafer is it has to be really thin and really crispy.
This half hour's going to go real quick.
I know, mate.
Come on, Chloe, we've got to nail the dessert. Like, we have only cooked 4 desserts in this whole competition, and let's face it, they ain't been pretty.
This is our final chance to impress the judges and stay in this competition.
Chloe, if this is the very last dish, Kitchen HQ, I don't know what I'd do. Like, this is our dream. This is everything, and we've worked so hard. Like, we've been on 3 freaking instant restaurant rounds, dude.
You want to go home a winner?
We'll always be winners, but we're going to go home winning the grand final.
Paul and Blair do really well at dessert, so we need to really work hard to make sure that this dessert is a 10 out of 10 so that we can actually beat them.
Well, I've got to say, the next time we go home, I'd like it to be 250 grand richer. If those girls beat us today, they've cooked well and they deserve it. All right, so what we want to do is try and get these out of the rings. We need to get those frozen parfaits out of the presentation rings and then back into the fridge. I've got to heat that ring up with my hands and make sure that they simply slide out. I don't want them to break.
Just be careful. Yep. They look good, Blair. Pumped up at the moment. The adrenaline's running. We've just now got to get those wafers on top of the parfait and plate up.
Well, I guess there's a little bit of pressure, mate, to get this right, isn't there?
It certainly is. Is this room shaking or is it my hands? I'm freaking out at the moment. Like, this is semi-final, you know? You don't want to go home because your dessert's not good enough.
How you looking with those?
Yeah, good.
Happy with that?
Yep.
10 minutes left, Kels. All right. Right, Kel, I'm going to get these plates out.
Yeah, awesome.
Because it's going to take a long time to plate.
We need at least 10 minutes to plate this dessert.
Pressure is on. This could be our last 10 minutes in the competition.
Let's make them a good 10 minutes. Do you want the jelly out or do you want me to start cornelling the cream onto those?
Yeah, we're going to put a little bit of strawberry crumb on first.
All right, cool. Oh, gosh, I haven't cornelled anything in a long time, so...
Well, you're a lot better than me.
I had a French chef at a restaurant make me cornell for 2 hours, and he would yell at me, "You're doing this, you're doing that." It was quite funny. Oh, that's way too big.
I learned how to cornell off a French chef. I should be getting this right.
If he's watching this right now, he's going to really laugh.
4 to go, mate. How you going?
I'm going to start plating these up, mate. I wouldn't say this is my strong point, Blair.
No, mate. Something I've had to work with you on.
Looking at the dessert, there's a very good chance that this is going to take us straight to the grand final.
Teams, got 1 minute left. That's all you've got, so make it nice.
Come on, girls. 1 minute.
Chloe, we can't go home, dude. We cannot. We have worked too hard to be here.
Come on, boys.
How you going, mate? All right?
Yeah, it's fine.
We can do it. We can do it, Bev.
We want to be in the grand final. We do not want this to be the last time that we step foot into Kitchen HQ.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Have you got it on all of them? Yeah, sweet.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, baby. Time's up. Step away from your benches.
We got it done. No matter what happens now, we did it.
Got half an hour.
Where'd that go?
We are relieved and exhausted. It's been a huge day in the kitchen. One we won't forget. This is the last thing we've dished up, mate. And,
I can tell you, I don't think it will be.
Okay.
I don't think it will be.
We want to get to the grand final so badly. This is what we want to do with our life. We want our life now to be food.
Teams, thank you for your hard work. Take a rest and we'll see you back here for the judges' scores.
Well done, girls.
Tonight, I don't know if we've done enough. I don't know if we've nailed every dish, and that's what we needed to do.
Chefs, our teams have put their best dessert forward. Team 1 is strawberry champagne trifle. And Team 2 has created an espresso parfait with a sesame seed wafer. Let's start with team number 2. Look at that. That one, Joy.
Oh, that's really good.
Well, this is a truly magnificent dessert. That gorgeous glass wafer on top with the 2 coloured sesame seeds is just delicious.
The parfait is a beautiful texture. It's not too firm. It's got that lovely sort of creaminess to it. I think it's really well made. I really like this dessert. I think it's a professionally executed dessert.
Presentation-wise, everyone had the same. It was perfect. The parfait was perfect. It all worked together. I'm not too sure about the chocolate squiggle.
I've got to say this is the highlight from Team 2's menu for me. I think it's just executed perfectly. That parfait, it was good enough to be on the plate just by itself, but with the addition of the sesame seed wafer and the little nut base on the bottom, you know, it's just taken it to another level.
It's a very good dessert.
That is so good. Wow, very creamy. That is one of the best desserts. That's amazing.
That wafer's delicious, isn't it?
It is.
And to put that with the coffee as well, it's really
Texturally,
interesting.
it's all really good.
Yeah.
Team 1 has created the strawberry and champagne truffle. Bon appétit.
Very pretty, lots of colour on this plate. I do think perhaps a little bitsy in its presentation.
Everything on that plate, when you put it on a spoon together, is absolutely delicious. I just sometimes question the notion of deconstructed This dish works for me best when I have a little bit of everything on my spoon.
I actually enjoy this because you can choose where you go and you can add the amount that you want and you can pair the jelly with the cake or the strawberry with the cream or vice versa. I think it's playful.
Well, I'm really enjoying this deconstructed version of a trifle. Like, I'm loving the champagne strawberry jelly. This dish is really working for me. I find it very pretty and really lovely to eat.
Well, now we have a big decision. What we all decide, we'll send one team to the grand final and one team home.
It's quite an overwhelming feeling. All the pressure and the build-up of this whole competition since the first day is all coming to one point right now.
One team's going to be sent home today and it's scary.
We know in our hearts that we can do this. We're going to be in the grand final.
Chloe and Kelly, Paul and Blair. It's been a long journey, hasn't it? Well, I enjoy that journey because when we get to the semi-finals, we get food like we got tonight. Everything was top-notch, so thank you.
I've got to say, kitchen headquarters is daunting at the best of times. But today, you are fighting for survival, for the chance to move into the My Kitchen Rules Grand Final.
Damn, we're just so close. We can smell it.
Show me
the money.
We're confident what we've played it up, and so are they. It'll be very close and very interesting to see who wins.
Chloe and Kelly, you were team number 1. Your entree was lobster and smoked salmon. Your main course was pêché aqua pazza with confit tomatoes. And for desserts, strawberry champagne trifle. Let's hear what the guest judges had to say. Karen?
You guys were out to impress. Entree was elegant and confident on the plate. I love the pickled cucumber around the outside and the perfectly cooked lobster. Just gorgeous. Your main course, pêché aqua pazza. I was really excited to see the whole fish and that moist, lovely flesh.
The flathead's actually cooked perfectly.
We thought we stuffed that.
That broth had such complex, full flavours. So well done on putting up such a gutsy, rustic dish. And your dessert. Trifle wouldn't be my first choice of dessert, but I am a fan of deconstructed trifle. The jelly was very pretty, and I love the suspension of strawberries in it. Overall, your menu was intelligent, confident, sophisticated, and elegant. I score you an 8.
Thank you. Thank you. An 8 from Karen. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Guy?
Wow, some real luxe ingredients for the semi-final. Lobster, salmon. I thought it was a really good dish, except I felt the salmon was a bit overpowering in the dish. Overall, you had strokes of brilliance in your menu tonight, ladies, but not every dish was perfect. I've scored you a 7.
Your main course. Your fish was cooked on the bone perfectly. The broth was bursting with flavour. This was a stunning dish, and I would happily sell it in my restaurant. Your menu had elegant presentation and great highs. So for this, I score you an 8.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your dessert. Whilst I enjoyed each element, I didn't think it was really a cohesive dessert, as it would have been had you served it in the traditional trifle manner.
Chloe and Kelly's trifle doesn't seem to be going down too well. It might just be enough to get our heads just in front.
For me, you hit your peak with your main course. Tonight I give you an 8.
We were having a brilliant main and entree to get us over the line. That might be enough to get us through.
Chloe and Kelly, let's start with the entree. Your lobster was cooked to perfection. I loved it. The negative for me was the smoked salmon.
Yes, the smoked salmon was a little bit strong in that dish, but for me, it didn't matter.
Your main course, there's no bells or whistles. It's a piece of fish, a killer broth. Every bite of that dish just it took my breath away.
Your desserts. I'm not a big fan of truffle, but I did enjoy yours. I think your deconstruction of it kind of a little bit more special than the whole truffle in a glass. I think, ladies, you really pushed yourselves tonight. The score I'm giving you is an 8.
Ladies, confident cooking, a few little hiccups, but overall, I was glad to be sitting at that seat tonight.
Thank you.
The score I'm giving you for your 3-course meal this evening is an 8. Chloe and Kelly, that gives you a grand total score of 47 out of 60.
That's a really good score for the girls. That's going to be pretty hard to beat.
Paul and Blair, for your 3-course meal, your entree was pink snapper with lemongrass and tomato broth. For main course, kangaroo with baby beetroot and blueberry sauce. And for dessert, espresso parfait with sesame seed wafer. Guy?
Thanks, Pete. Your entree that beautiful elegance of lemongrass and that slight hint of spice coming through. Just a gorgeous combination with the crispy skinned pink snapper that was cooked perfectly in that broth. Main course, all of these flavours on your kangaroo dish tonight. A gamey meat with chocolate, with berries. I think it could have worked, but I would have preferred the chocolate to be incorporated in a slightly different way. I think it would have worked a lot better. Your dessert came out. How impressive that looked. Perfect texture in the parfait, great flavour, just glorious. Well done, gentlemen. There are a couple of highlights tonight that will resonate with me for a very, very long time. And for that, I score you an 8.
Ooh, nice. We are definitely in the game.
Pretty stoked. Your entree. This broth was a lesson in how to make a great stock and then a broth. Superb. Unfortunately, my snapper was undercooked, so that is a big disappointment for you.
I can't believe we undercooked this fish. That's a disaster.
I give you 7.
For main course, the kangaroo fillet. What you guys executed was an exciting classic dish of the gamey kangaroo fillet with the sweetness of the berries and bitter chocolate. But somehow I felt it didn't quite marry on the plate perfectly. Paul and Blair, you showed some great skills in the kitchen tonight, and I can see you share a love of cooking. I score you a 7.
Dessert. You had me from the unctuous flavours of your parfait and texture, and then that gorgeous nutty base. Well done.
Thanks, mate. Another good dessert could save us.
Paul and Blair, tonight your menu absolutely blew me away. So I score you a 9.
I got a 9, man. I think it was a divided table tonight. Like, the judges are split.
Paul and Blair for entree, pink snapper in a lemongrass and tomato broth. You fellas have proved time and time again you know how to work with Asian flavours. And tonight was no exception. The lemongrass, the chilli, and just the sweetness and the acidity that we got from those tomatoes as well. Absolutely stunning.
Your main course. What I love the most about your dish, what's that sauce? When I hear a fruit sauce served with a savoury dish, I always thought, damn, it's going to be too sweet. But yours, guys, was perfect.
I probably would have pulled back one element today, and that would have been the chocolate. I thought it was just a little bit too overpowering, and the vinegar and the chocolate and the butter together as a ganache was full on.
Your dessert, parfait. Do you know what parfait means in French?
No.
Perfect. And your dessert was perfect, just to die for.
We put pretty much everything that we could put into this, and we're very proud of that fact, that we have got what it takes to win.
Paul and Blair, for your 3-course meal tonight, I give you an 8.
Paul and Blair, for your 3-course meal this evening, I score you a 7, which gives you a grand total score of 46. Paul and Blair, that gives you the lowest score, which means, unfortunately, you're eliminated from the competition.
Paul and Blair are going home, and we can't stop crying. We wish it was Chloe and Kelly.
So, Chloe and Kelly, that means you were the first team through to the My Kitchen Rules Grand Final.
We're going to grand final! This means, like, our dreams, basically. We're going to go in there, we just... Wow.
Yeah. If we were to choose someone to go up against at the grand final, it would be Helena and Vicky. We need to put this rivalry to bed once and for all.
Paul and Blair, you should be absolutely proud of how far you've come.
We're pretty proud to say that we worked really hard together.
We set out at the start and I said, look, neither of us got a clue about desserts. Until now. And, you know, that's... Yeah, I don't know what the right word is. Doggedness, hard work, you know, he smashed it.
It's nice to have best mate.
Yeah, mate, I couldn't have done it with anyone else, mate, and it's been a great journey. I'm a big believer in living each moment, and we've definitely lived this moment to its fullest.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Bill.
And we can leave with our heads held high.
They have one last chance to make it into the grand final.
Today is the day. Nobody fights like we do.
There is no other option for us now. We need to win.
One spot in the grand final. Who wants it more?
We've stuffed up, and we need to think fast. We can't give up.
Mate, I don't have a word for it.
It's just heavenly.
I'm gobsmacked.
We are going to win this.
We're going all the way.
Who will make it to the My Kitchen Rules Grand Final? Tomorrow, 7:30.